If there's private information that someone is blackmailing a public figure, and the public figure or someone takes it to the intelligence agencies, you would think it would be private. And really, this is so important that I think whoever leaked it should be prosecuted. Someone should go to jail. If this was an intelligence agency head that talked to the media, they should go to jail. If this was part of the Obama administration, they should go to jail.
And now we know how Rand Paul feels about these supposed intelligence leaks that came out this week about the president-elect Donald Trump. Now, Rand Paul makes a very good point. He says, if people are being blackmailed, if they're being extorted, especially elected officials, they need to be able to go to the FBI and present the information that they're being blackmailed about. But if you can't trust the FBI to keep it secret, and then the FBI is going to go on and tell the press what someone is being blackmailed about, well, what's going to happen is that your elected officials are not going to go to the FBI because they're going to be afraid that these secrets are going to get out. And so they're going to be subject to be extorted or to be blackmailed. So he makes a very good point there. Was this the intelligence community? Was this the Obama administration? Now, we do know there's another report coming out of Breitbart that the Obama's intelligence officials were already actually using this Russia blackmail potential claims to warn Israel about trusting Trump. So this is already messing up Donald Trump's situations there that he's having with foreign governments. This was investigative journalist Ronan Bergman. He wrote of a meeting that took place recently between Israeli and American intelligence officials. These American officials voiced despair over Trump's election because, of course, he often lashes out at the American intelligence community. And so these officials told the Israelis that the NSA had highly credible information that Russia's intelligence agencies were responsible for hacking the DNC, and that Vladimir Putin had leverages of pressure over Donald Trump. So here we have these American intelligence officials going and telling Israeli intelligence officials not to trust President-elect Donald Trump with any intelligence secrets. My goodness, are you kidding me? This is very much like what Harry Reid was saying about giving him fake reports, giving him false intel. It's no wonder that Donald Trump feels like he has no one he can trust there, and why a lot of people are kind of curious, about the people that he is bringing into his inner circle. It's because he can't trust a lot of the people that are there. And, here we can see why. They're using this false report that with these dubious claims that even BuzzFeed says that there was inaccuracies within the report, that it wasn't to be trusted. They went ahead with this anyway. And of course, they're facing a lot of backlash. Now, not necessarily as far as Rand Paul is going to jail, but BuzzFeed could actually be in legal trouble for publishing these Trump docs. Now, it's unlikely that Donald Trump himself is going to go after BuzzFeed because, of course, as a public figure, he's really going to have a tough time proving the defamation. He has to show that they published this information with the knowledge that the information was false, and with reckless disregard for the truth or falsity of the information. As well, they would have to pick apart each thing within this report and prove that it was false. And I'm sure he would rather just this go away. But there are other people who are named in this report who aren't such public figures, and they could go after BuzzFeed. They could bring a liable lawsuit for some of the more salacious allegations. Of course, Michael Cohen, for instance, the counsel for Trump, he is a very likely candidate in this regard. They said that he was meeting there with the Russians, and he said, I've never even been to Prague. And so Kathleen Bartzen-Culver, who was asked by the Daily Caller News, she's an assistant professor and director of the Center for Journalism Ethics at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, said that this was a really good opportunity for the American public to see what goes on in the newsrooms, to see the ethics issues that newsrooms are having to deal with, why these conversations about ethics are so critical, and rather than just putting out this information saying, this is probably false information here, it's probably you probably shouldn't trust it. We're just going to put it out there anyway and see how you feel about it. But I think that it is fair to say that BuzzFeed and other outlets who think they're going to be posting and putting out potentially libelous material are going to think twice, especially when it comes to Donald Trump, because he has made no bones about calling them out on their fake news.
If there's private information that someone is blackmailing a public figure, and the public figure or someone takes it to the intelligence agencies, you would think it would be private. And really, this is so important that I think whoever leaked it should be prosecuted. Someone should go to jail. If this was an intelligence agency head that talked to the media, they should go to jail. If this was part of the Obama administration, they should go to jail.
And now we know how Rand Paul feels about these supposed intelligence leaks that came out this week about the president-elect Donald Trump. Now, Rand Paul makes a very good point. He says, if people